solid from standing out here so long. I want you to warm up by raising your hands and bring everything to low. Deaf people, this is how we get, this is how we let people go over here. All right. Good job. Okay, what I brought today is a story. There's a story behind this. First, I'd like to start with a quote from Martin Luther King, my idol. I still have a dream. And in this dream, there is a deep connection and the goal for education. And one day, MSU will triumph. And we'll finally know about their goals. And here is confirmation that things are truly equal and that we have opportunities that allow all at this institution to have an equal access to education and to achieve their fullest potential and with pride. And I dream this today. Do you know who gave me this? Luana Simon. I was a grad student here, and that was about 15 years ago. It was 15 years ago. And at that time, I worked and I fought to teach the university about the rights of deaf and hard of hearing students. And we worked closely with the provost. And I wrote this article to express our viewpoint to the college of deaf and hard of hearing students here. And I was walking into this very building, and I saw this, and I went up, and I said, I want this. And they gave it to me, and I'll never forget that. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a Michigander. I was born here, raised here, and when I was 5 years old, doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. They compared me to Helen Keller. And they labeled me mentally retarded, emotionally disturbed. I had lots of different labels growing up that the doctors gave me. And what's more, I passed all my hearing tests. And you want to know how I did that? It's because the doctors used M&Ms. Have you heard of Pavlov's theory? No. Well, that was me. I am the best. I have better hearing than you guys do. They gave me an M&M, I heard everything. Now finally, my mom decided that she wanted to take ASL classes. Not sign language classes, American Sign Language classes. And the teacher told my mom, your daughter's deaf. And my mom's like, really? She says, as a matter of fact, you are too. And she said, well, no, she passes all her hearing tests. She said, no, you need to have your daughter tested from behind. And sure enough, they tested me from behind, and the audiologist was shocked. I mean, totally shocked. I have 105 dB loss. So all those years, they didn't know. Then, finally, when they figured out that I was deaf, my mother fought and fought to find out what the best program would be for me. And she placed me in several different programs. And there was a lot of emotional turmoil and tears in these fights. And my mother was told not to use sign language. Okay? There was a lot of horror stories about sign language, as you can only imagine. And I struggled myself. I would arrive home from school, and I felt like I'd gone through a war. And because of my mother's strength, I am here today in front of you. My mother is a very strong woman. But how did I pick MSU? Well, when I graduated from Gallaudet University, I wanted to go to a hearing university. I wanted that experience. And I did my homework. I and I looked at lots of different universities, including EMU. And that was a bad flashback of all those years that I had gone through the oral experience myself. I call that post-traumatic syndrome. I just couldn't imagine putting myself through that educational experience again. And I was thrilled to find out that MSU offered a program where I would feel safe, where I would have options. I went through the MSU website and I saw a quote that said, "Shaping the future needs and challenges and commitments and values and vision." And what they recommended, when they recommended to eliminate this program, they said, quote, "Deaf education is no longer there's no longer needed. There's no longer a shortage of teachers." And I beg to differ. Now, with NCLB and the state requirements here, we are losing teachers who are not becoming highly qualified. So I foresee that there will be more of a demand for teachers of the deaf. And as a former child who grew up struggling here in this state, and someone who graduated from Michigan State University and is a teacher of the deaf, I cannot emphasize enough the importance of the needs of our future deaf and hard of hearing children. The great state of Michigan, ASL English bilingualism has been successful, and it's been a very critical part of our educational process now. And it's not just manual communication. Closing this program, okay, and just sending the students to EMU means that we are going back 50 years. Okay, we have taken us this long to become recognized as a language. It's taken us this long, and to go back and start all over again? No. I was profoundly heartbroken to read that our future leaders are going through these struggles again. And NCLB, okay, it says that great public school priorities are that all children have the right to a great public school. And our vision of what a great public school needs and should provide is knowledge that the world is changing. And public education is changing too. Changing means moving forward, not going backwards. Tell me, where can our future educators educate themselves to provide our deaf and hard of hearing children a qualified and caring, diversity, and continuing education? I give my vote to MSU. And I urge MSU to reconsider their decision and keep this program here, period. Yay!